Guys, so I've already primed my face with this Hangover RX primer. It's just a basic moisturizer that I used, and now I am going straight in with my Smashbox Pore Minimizing Primer. So you guys know by now, hopefully, that this is like my favorite primer. I think it does a really great job at minimizing your pores, and it kind of just fills them up with the silicone texture so your makeup lays really nicely on top of it. So mostly I focus that in my T-zone, but you can see that if I just have extra like on my fingers, I'll just spread it all over my whole face, but mostly my T-zone. Now I am going in with the MAC Prolongwear Nourishing Waterproof Foundation, and I am wearing shade NC35. So when you guys are watching this clip right now, this was my first time using it, so I kind of didn't know how much to apply. I kind of just went with it. So I'm taking it on a Sigma F80 Kabuki brush, and I'm just dabbing that on my face. Usually I would use a beauty blender, but they're getting a little messy right now and it's kind of getting annoying for me. So I'm just going in and using the F80. So the tone is pretty similar to my skin tone. It's a little bit darker, so you're going to want to make sure that you blend it all the way down your entire neck if your foundation is a little bit darker. So yeah, I'm just doing that, and I'm going to stipple more all over my face and really get a nice coverage laying foundation going on. But this foundation is a satin finish, and it really looks so pretty on the skin. You guys will see when I'm done. I'll just give you a close-up of it, and it is so nice. It looks like skin. It is pretty matte. It doesn't have like a dewy finish. It's gorgeous. Okay, so here is the foundation all set. You can tell that it just looks beautiful and really luminous on the skin. It provides really good, decent coverage. This was about one layer, and I only put a little bit of more foundation on the spots where I had like blemishes coming through. But for the most part, it was one layer. And then, yeah, girl, just blend that neck, okay? Since I'm super tan, I am just going in with the MAC Prep and Prime yellow pen. I forget the name right now. Radiant Touch? No, I don't know. But yeah, I didn't have a concealer light enough, and I didn't want an extreme highlight, so this yellow pen from MAC really just does a good brightening effect without being like too much or too obvious. So I'm just blending that under my eye with the beauty blender. Just make it nice and seamless. And as you can tell, like I only do concealer and then blend. Like I only do one side of my face at a time, because I just don't like that concealer sitting on one side of my face when I'm working on the other. So I just do one area at a time, then blend it out, and then move on. So now my newly found addiction is the Mercier Secret brightening powder. And if you've seen my previous tutorials, you know that I just pack it on underneath my eyes and then wait for it to kind of just set with the natural heat coming off my skin. So I put a ton of it on my face, you guys, a ton of it. I'm not even lying. And especially if you're doing like a heavy eyeshadow look afterwards, you want to have a ton of powder there just in case you have to wipe out any fallout. So I'm packing a ton of it underneath my eyes, and I also put some on my chin and around my lips and going up into my forehead. So this is the only powder that I put on my skin. I do not set the rest of my face with any setting powder. I just use this to set my concealer, and then the regular foundation just stays matte. Okay, so I went ahead and I filled my brows, and I used the Anastasia Brow Wiz in Taupe. They look a little harsh, I'm not gonna lie, but they'll even out. Now I'm going in with Makeup Geek Creme Brulee eyeshadow, and I'm taking that on a Sigma E35 brush, and I'm just putting that as a transition shade all over my eye. So what we're going to be doing today is something really dramatic, so you want to make sure that you actually kind of blow this out. I'm really focusing that in the outside corner of my eye and then blending it in. To get a little more warmth and definition, I am taking this Makeup Geek Forever eyeshadow, and I'll put the exact name down below, but it's just a really great peanut butter shade. So I'm taking that on a little domed brush, and I'm really finding my crease with that and really making it a lot more strong and warm and just like a bold look. But then of course, you know, you have to blend it out with the E35, so it'll be put in the color, blend out, put in the color, blend out. So I'm taking the same brush, no extra product or anything, and then blending it out. So once you have that all saturated and the colors how you want it, I'm going to be taking a little bit of black and just focusing that on the outside corner of my eye. I'm taking this on a small angled brush. This one is from Sigma also. I will link it below because it has like changed my life. And I'm just putting that on the outside of my eye just to add some depth. For my lid, you can see that I kind of added in the Boom Boom Room shadow. I didn't want to really focus this whole look on that shadow, so I just kind of threw it in there and then just focused on making the eye really deep, dark, and dramatic. Okay, so now that your liner is all done, just go in and maybe add some shadow. That's what I always do. When you put liner on, it really shows you the places that you need to add color, the places you need to blend, the places you need to clean up. And in a look like this that's so dramatic with maybe even like a cut crease feel, it's especially important. So you can see that I'm just going in there and I'm adding some of that dark brown above the black to blend out the black. So black is probably like the hardest color to blend out, so just really take your time, because if you overdo black, it's gonna look like crap. And then I am also cleaning up my wing, also super important. It's gonna make your whole look really crisp. Clean your liner up, clean up any eyeshadow that might have gotten a little too far out, and just really make your look. To carve out my face, you know I'm going in with Benefit Hoola bronzer. It's pretty much the only thing I use to give my face definition, and I'm taking that on a NARS Eda brush. So I kind of make this duck face and pull my face around to like the other side so I can really tell where my cheekbones are, and then I go from there. So I'm taking the NARS Eda brush, placing the product right below my cheekbone, and then blending up only. So that face really helps like tell you exactly where your line is, especially if you have a round face and you can't really see the definition that well. Go ahead and make awkward faces because it really does help you find your cheekbone. Once your cheekbones are good, now it's time to move on to the forehead. So I just take it along the outside edges of my face. I don't really put anything like in the middle of my face whatsoever when it comes to bronzer. Just focus it on the outside of your face where the sun would naturally get you. So that's gonna like kind of make your forehead look a little bit smaller. If you kind of crown your face and round it out with that bronzer, it'll really make your forehead look smaller. So that is exactly what I'm doing. To make my contour look even stronger, I'm going to take that same Secret brightening powder from Laura Mercier, and I'm going to put that underneath my contour line. So this is a really great tip, and as you can see, it really defines out that contour and really creates really nice dimension to your face. But if you are using a transparent powder like this, make sure you blend it out, because I think I made that mistake. It's either on like this video or the other video, and it could have been a little bit blended better blended. Yeah, so just make sure, like, don't just put the stripe of transparent powder right underneath the contour. Bring it down into that whole area so it looks nice and blended. Like, continue it down almost to your jaw and then contour your jaw, because if you just put one stripe underneath the line, underneath the contour line, it's gonna look super obvious. So continue to blend that out if you do this trick. Okay, so to finish the eyes, I am just going to apply some mascara, and then I am going to apply some falsies. And the falsies I'm using today are the XO Lashes Lucky Lola Lashes. They look really similar to House of Lashes Iconic, and Lady Moss Beauty, Cocoa Lashes, and Goddess. They are all exact dupes for one another. Okay, so this is where all the drama is going to come in. So I'm taking this Marc Jacobs black gel liner crayon pencil. This pencil is super black. I love it. It is so good for things like this because it does not budge, it doesn't move. I have oily skin, it's really humid outside, and these does not move. Did I say these? Anyways, it doesn't move. So I went and put it on my lower lash line as close to my lashes as possible, and now I am blending it out with a pencil brush. So this is going to be a lot of repetition to get a really strong, bold, blended lower lash line, but we're doing it today. So now I'm going in with another coat of that liner. So I'm just doing a small coat, blend it out, and then get a small coat because I don't want to do too much and then have it look crazy and unblendable and just really messy. So keep it small, go in layers, and it'll look fine. Okay, so once we have that black crayon all blended out with the pencil brush, I'm going to take a little bit of a deep brown shadow and put that on a dome brush and just put that all over my lower lash line. So don't worry too much about like messing up the black because you can go right in with that black and touch it up, which is exactly what I'm doing. So I put the black, I put a whole bunch of brown over it, and then I'm going in and deepening up the black. So like I said, it's a process, and this is just how I do it. You could have a different way that does the same results, but this is just me. So with a smoky eye, you always want to have a super strong inner corner highlight, or I just do in my opinion. So I'm taking MAC Shroom, and I'm putting that on my inner corner, and I'm also going to put that on my brow bone. So I went ahead and tightlined my eyes with that same Marc Jacobs black crayon, and now you can just adjust and smudge as you see fit, which I always do. Like, my eyes are a work in progress my entire look. So I'm just applying some mascara onto my bottom lashes. This is just a generic mascara. I don't really have a favorite, so I don't really know the name. I'm sorry. And then for my blush, I'm going in with MAC Sunbasque, which is just a beautiful apricot, kind of like tan shade. It's a sheer tone blush, so it's really buildable and it looks really natural and pretty on the skin. For my lip combo, I am using MAC Subculture lip liner, which is a Your Lips But Better color. Especially for me, it really matches my natural lip pigmentation. So it's really easy, like if you want to overdraw your lips or something, it's something that's going to look really natural and flattering. And this is just a really great nude pencil overall. I found that stripped down is a little too brown for me sometimes. It just looks like brown crust on my skin tone. But if you're into those light pinky nudes or any nudes that aren't totally brown, go ahead with Subculture because it is gorgeous. For my actual lipstick, I'm going in with MAC Honeylove lipstick, which is just a really pretty pink, soft beige tone. You can see it right there. It's just gorgeous. It is such a unique color too because it's kind of like a flesh toned pink. It's kind of pale, but it's not frosty or anything. It's spectacular. And then just to give more definition, I'm taking that same lip pencil and just going on the outsides of my lips too, so we still keep a strong definition and a pouty pout. For my glow, I'm going in with Champagne Pop, which I have to say I put down when I first got it because I didn't think it was that special. But the way I've been highlighting lately is I'm really keeping it like away from the center of my face so my face doesn't look greasy, and just keeping it up like on the top of my eye. And I think that's really helping. Like if you have oily skin, keep your highlight up there, because if you put it any closer on your cheeks, like your whole face just looks like greasy. In my opinion, with my experiences, that's what I found out. So I'm also adding that highlight above the arch of my brow, and I'm kind of just layering it on. Like, I pretty much go a little crazy, but that's totally okay. Then I also put it on my Cupid's bow, and then I add the smallest amount just on the tip of my nose. I am no longer highlighting the bridge of my nose because that looks like so obvious to me. Just the little ball of my nose. To finish off the lips, I'm going in with MAC Cosmetics Ready or Not lip gloss, which is a beautiful peachy nude that just goes perfectly. And yeah, I'm smelling it because I was just curious, and I didn't really smell anything. Okay guys, so that completes this tutorial. Please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. But yeah, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye!